So what exact skills do you need, and what roadmap should you follow to get hired online today? See, over the past few years, remote work has changed a lot. Some skills that used to work doesn't work anymore, and there are new roles now that doesn't even exist few years ago. And that is why in this video, I'm going to give you a beginner-friendly guide to getting started online, from the exact skills that you need up to the actual roadmap that you shall follow in order to get hired online today. If you are new here, my name is Sadiq Umar, and I help beginners like you build real careers online. This video is divided into 4 parts, and we are going to start with part 1, which is understanding what employers pay for in the remote work world, what employers value. There is one major difference between the remote work world and the traditional 9-to-5 job. And that major difference is when getting hired, a traditional job focuses on your educational background and educational qualifications. In most traditional jobs, that is what they value, what educational qualifications you have. But in the remote work world, what they value is what you can do, your capability, what actual skills do you have right now that is going to contribute to their growth. That is why even though I have been working online since 2019, no employer ever asks me for my educational qualification, because in most cases it's irrelevant. Employers focus on what you can do. This is a major difference, and that is why there are 2 major soft skills that you need in order to get hired online in the remote work world. And the first skill is problem-solving ability. You have to be able to have problem-solving mindset. If you don't have problem-solving mindset, you are not going to make it. Because even in the beginning, when you decide right now you want to get hired online, no matter the route, if you don't have a problem-solving mindset, you are going to give up without going far, because you are going to come across many problems and many challenges. If you don't have that problem-solving mindset, the only solution is giving up or waiting until you find someone who is going to tell you exactly what to do. And that is why in most interviews, when you are getting interviewed for a remote work position, the employers are most likely going to ask you about any real challenge that you ever solve in a workplace. So if you don't have a problem-solving mindset, you will never solve any problem. Anytime a problem comes up, you are going to have to wait for someone to give you instruction on how to solve it. You are probably not going to make it. So the first thing that you should really do is understand on your own, what challenges do you have? When a challenge comes up, do you wait until you find someone to tell you what to do, or do you go out and look for a solution on your own? The second skill that you really need is adaptability, being able to learn and adapt quickly. Because if you work online, there are so many things that you are going to have to learn. I have been working online since 2019, but even this week I wanted to do something in Zillow, connect a mobile phone number with Go High Level. I never done it. I had to go to YouTube, find tutorials and figure out how to do it. So if you don't have that ability to go to YouTube, find tutorials, search on Google, ask ChatGPT, figure out a way to learn something and adapt quickly, you are going to get left behind. Okay, now we are going to part 2 of this video, which is the actual technical skills that you need in order to get hired online today. There are 3 major different technical skills that you really need in order to get hired online. The first one is basic tech and AI usage. The basic tech is generally Google Workspace. Know how to use almost all the tools in Google Workspace. Know how to use Gmail properly. Learn how to use Google Drive, Google Sheet, Google Doc, Google Calendar. Learn how to use this properly, maybe Google Forms. These are all the things under Google Workspace, and no matter what you choose to do in the remote work world, you are going to have to know how to use all of these basic tech tools under Google Workspace. So this is your first step. Ask yourself, do you know how to use Gmail properly, Google Drive, Google Doc, Google Sheet, Google Calendar? If you don't know how to use any one of those, then that is the first thing you shall put it down in your list. This is the first thing you are going to have to learn. And the next thing that you are going to have to know how to use properly is AI. Everyone uses AI on a daily basis. So know how to use at least ChatGPT properly. Know how to write prompt well. Know how to customize text. If you get text from ChatGPT, make it sound like you wrote it. And the next thing that you need to learn under basic tech is learn how to use a CRM. If you don't know what a CRM is, write it down, CRM. You have to learn how to use a CRM. There are so many different CRMs. So what you just need to do is pick one. maybe HubSpot CRM or any type of CRM. Just do a search, figure out any CRM, understand what a CRM is, understand why people use a CRM, what is even the purpose of a CRM. If you pick just one CRM and you learn all these basics, you learn how to use it well, when we get to work, the actual work, even if the people you work for are using a totally different CRM, you have all the basic understanding of a CRM, so you are not going to have too much trouble. So this is what you need to learn on the basic tech. The next thing that you are going to have to learn on that technical skills is communication tools. Working online, you rely entirely on online tools. So you are going to have to learn the tools that most businesses use for communication. Most businesses use Zoom for meetings. If you never use Zoom for your meetings, you are going to have to practice, learn how to use Zoom properly, learn how to use Slack, because many companies use Slack for communications, for text communications. Learn how to use Microsoft Teams. These are the basic communication tools that you are going to have to learn in order to work online. Because even in an interview, most interviewers are going to ask you if you ever use Slack, if you know anything about using Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams is not as popular as Zoom and Slack, but it's very helpful to know how it works, to know all the tools on the Microsoft Teams, because that is what is going to help you in an interview, so that employers are going to know that you are someone who can do the job right, because these are the basics. If you don't know the basics, there is no way an employer is going to feel confident and comfortable with hiring you. And the next part of the tech skills that you need to learn is learn project management. You don't have to be a project manager to learn project management. And no matter what you are going to do for a client or for an employer, learning basics of project management is a must, because most or all businesses really use project management tools. There are so many different project management tools. There are Trello, ClickUp, Asana, Monday, Todoist, the list goes on. So what you simply need to do is pick one or two project management tools, learn how they work. If you learn how to use Trello and ClickUp, or Trello and Asana and Monday, just two project management tools, you are going to have a good understanding of how a project management tool works. So even if the people you work for end up using a totally different tool, you know how it works. You know how basic project management tools work. You are not going to have too much trouble. And this is also really easy to learn. All you really need to do is just create all the things that you want to do in a day and make it a task, create project. If you want to learn all the basic tech skills, right? Then make a list of all the skills that you need to learn, the time that you want to allocate to learning all the skills every day. Use project management tool to create project and track your project, your own personal project. That is how you are going to learn when you are learning from the basics as a beginner. Okay, now that you understand the tech skills that you need, we are going to part 3 of this video, which is understanding the route that you can take to get hired online. There are generally 2 routes that you can pick one and follow in order to get hired. The first route is a freelance route. If you take a freelance route, you are going to become a virtual assistant. If you take the other route, is getting a fully remote job, full-time remote job. Those are the 2 routes that you can pick one and focus on it. Let's talk a little bit about the freelance route, which is being a virtual assistant. If you want to become a virtual assistant, the general steps is you are going to pick what you want to do for client. There are 3 things you can pick one from. You can either pick general assistance. If you pick general assistant, you are going to become like an administrative assistant or office assistant to your client. You can choose a niche. If you choose a niche, you are going to choose a specific group of people that you are going to serve. You can serve real estate agent. You can become a real estate virtual assistant. You can serve HR consultant. You can choose a niche and focus on it. Or you can choose a specialization. If you choose a specialization, maybe you only offer bookkeeping assistance. Maybe you only offer content assistance. So that is one of the 3 routes. You can choose either general assistant, choosing a niche, or a specialization. Whatever you choose, you are going to put in the time into learning all the things that are involved in doing the work. When you learn, you are going to platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, or Freelancer.com. You create your profile, you create a portfolio, you start searching for jobs, and you are sending your proposals. As a virtual assistant, you can work for multiple people at the same time, depending on the hours you have at a day and the hours you are willing to sell. And you work for client based on the hours that you agree with the client with your own hourly rate. You choose the hourly rate that the client is going to pay you. At the end of a week or at the end of the month, you send the client an invoice and they pay you. That is generally how virtual assistants work. The other route is getting a fully remote job. If you choose this route, you are not going to choose a niche or choose a specialization or being a general assistant. What you are going to choose instead is a job title. You are going to choose a job title that you want to fill. If you want to become an administrative assistant, you do that. If you want to become an email marketing assistant, you do that. If you want to become a project manager or project management assistant, you do that. If you want to become a team assistant, you choose a job title that you want to fill. When you choose a job title, then you understand what employers are looking for in an employee who is going to do that thing, so that you create your CV. Instead of creating a portfolio, you are going to create a CV or a resume, and you are going to platforms like Indeed or Plex Jobs. You search for jobs and you send your application. If you choose this route, you are going to get a fully remote job, a full-time job with all the benefit of a full-time job. But you are not going to be able to work for multiple people because you are working for one company as a full-time employee. Okay, now that we understand the two routes that you can choose one and focus on it, we are going to part 4 of this video, which is what you shall focus on within the next 90 days. The first thing that you shall focus on is pick what you want to do. When you pick what you want to do, focus on learning all the things that you need to learn in order to offer that service or in order to work in that role. That is the first thing you shall focus on. It doesn't matter how long it will take you. If you already have the skills, then you don't have to spend a lot of time in this area. But if you don't have the skills, then you are going to have to spend a lot of time learning and figuring things out until you are confident you can do the job right. When you know you can do the job right, the next thing that you need to focus on is creating work samples. Practice your skills and create samples. I know if you never work for someone, how can you create work samples? Well, you simply do the work as if someone hired you to do the work for them. You save it as your work sample that you can show to potential client, which is going to be a proof of what you can do for them. And creating work sample is something that it takes a whole video on its own. So I have a full video where I explain it in more details. I am going to put a link in the description of this video. And the next thing the final thing you should really focus on within the next 90 days is applying to jobs consistently. You are going to have to send a lot of proposals or a lot of applications before you get hired. If you send only like 5 applications, in most cases you are not even going to get a response. So focus on sending a lot of applications, the right applications. That is what is going to help you get hired. There is a lot of competition. So the more you optimize, the more you do it right, and the more you apply, the higher chances you are going to stand. And if you want to learn more about how to apply for jobs the right way, you can check out this next video. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next one.